We back at it, man. That One Punch Man. Now, I'm kind of disappointed and pissed off. Now, let me tell you why I'm disappointed and pissed off. In the last chapter, we discover that what's my man named Void, the person that he saw, when God takes over you and give you all those powers and stuff like that, but you got to take the hand of somebody important to you or something like that. It's like you got to give in to temptation. He took somebody's hand. We find out that was his sister. It was Blast's BM, his baby mom. He's still paying child support. But she was passed away, right? She had passed away. When I first saw it, man, I was praying. I mean, I prayed to every God there is that this was a love triangle and that they both like the same girl, and she happened to be a ninja. And then what she called him, Void, was pissed off, like, you shouldn't be with a ninja. She should be with me. She's from my village, and you know what I mean? I thought it was gonna be that. I thought that would have been way better. Turns out basically he just has emotions, and that's his sister. Okay, so that was it. Also, he was never really on Blast's side. He was snooping, trying to figure out what Blast was up to. What's going on, just being honest. Okay, so now we still in the flashback, baby. Okay, a noble mission. This is a Void. He touched the cube, going around with Blast, looking for cubes and stuff like that. Looking for the next Rubik's Cube. He couldn't solve it, though. Okay, a noble mission. The role of a ninja. More than that, their politics is based on the premise of mistrust and division among humans. He didn't mistrust and he didn't divide himself from his sister, although he said he did. He had too much of a connection. That's what I'm thinking happened. If all consciousness were fused into one, distrust and conflict would cease to exist. We are part of a grand plan to make such a world a reality. So basically, Void was part of a cult, the cult of coexistence, or whatever it was. He thought if everybody was fused, if their consciousnesses was fused, there would be no distrust or conflict. If there's one person, yeah, there can't be distrust or conflict. There's one person. You know what I mean? Okay, here we go. Haven't you ever questioned it, elder brother? That was his brother? I thought that was just his student. So it was his brother too, huh? This world filled with nothing but distrust and conflict. I misinterpreted that, right? I'm thinking Void's in his village, their goal was to fuse consciousness. It seems that the two people talking to him, his brother and sister, they're saying that's their goal. Remember, it's not them. That's God. So it's God's goal to fuse consciousness. But we don't know what that exactly really means, though. It could just mean he take over everybody. That's probably what it really means. Infinite socket to me. That's what it really means. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Doubts or ideals are unnecessary in a ninja way, in a real way. He sounds like Aaron the plumber, also known as Turtle. We simply analyze reality and always choose the optimal solution. That sounds like a true ninja, like a soldier. I do what's best for the village, period. I make the most logical move. It sounded like that's what he was trying to do when his sister got knocked off. When his sister got knocked off, when his sister got knocked off, he was like, okay, it's my sister, but that doesn't mean anything. The mission comes first. It was something like that. But you see him having some doubts. So he might be ready to leave the cult. Okay, this is reality too. She pulls out the damn Rubik's Cube. It's a 6x6 Rubik's Cube. It's the big one with all the pieces on it. So this ain't the normal Rubik's Cube that like half the population of the world can solve. This the big boy, the one only like 1% can solve. So she pulled that out. So if she puts it in your hand and you can't solve it in under, let's say, 10, 20 minutes, you get blown out the damn water. That's when you become part of God's plan. All right. Now, will you make this choice? So she puts out her hand. They actually changed forms, right? So at first they had on their ninja gear. Now they got on their street clothes. So basically, they from the streets. She ain't just for the streets. She's from the streets. She was supposed to watch over Blast, wound up having a kid by this dude. She's definitely for the street. You have a kid when you're on a mission. Come on, man. She for the streets. But they went into the street clothes basically just to warm Void up, butter him up. Why? Make him feel more comfortable. This ain't no mission. We talking to you as siblings. That's what I'm thinking it meant. All of a sudden, you see Void's mouth disappear. It's like hashed, like they just put like a bunch of lines over his mouth. A world without distrust or conflict. Could such a thing truly exist? There goes the temptation. He was never really about that ninja life as much as he thought he was. Oh, he was bout it, and he was rowdy. But he really wasn't a no-limit soldier. He was more so a cash money billionaire. What I think was really the case is that he couldn't get rid of all his emotions. He was not a machine. He did want a world without mistrust or conflict. He was always wondering, is Blast really against me or not? You understand? So he had distrust, but he really wanted to live in the world without it. He wanted to live in a world where iPhones only existed and there was no Androids. So there was no Android versus iPhone wars. He wanted to live in a world where only the PS5 existed, with only PlayStation. There was no Xbox. You could still keep a Nintendo because they have a different market. Their fan base is different. The games are different. You can keep them. They stay. You know what I mean? PC Master Race, they can stay. But he wants Xbox out of the picture, even though he likes Game Pass. He wants the Xbox out of the picture so that way people aren't arguing and feuding. Okay, so anyway, he took that hand, and that's how he became a monster. And he was actually able to beat Blast. This is the first time we've seen Blast really go out. We've seen Blast fight one time before, and it was like this guy Blast is on a whole other level. He fought against this man Void. At first, it seemed like he was on a whole other level. And then Void started doing his spinning stuff. Remember, these are Rubik's Cubes he was trying to solve. His body turned to a Rubik's Cube, and he was able to spin his body parts. As soon as he did that, it was a wrap. Also, apparently, Void did some type of fusion dance with Garo and obtained some of his abilities, which made it so that he could actually negate what's going on, Darren. Darren the Awesome. This dude is actually awesome too. But it made it so he could negate some of Blast's powers. Blast's powers were actually Void's weakness. It was like his kryptonite. You know what I mean? Hold on. Boom. Yeah, so Blast really had Void's number. Void couldn't really play with him. Okay, but in the future now, it's the other way around. Blast can't touch Void. His main powers doesn't work. Also, Void was trying to end Blast, Flashy Flash, and Sonic, and he was doing it. He was on his last attack, the last one, the very last one, and Saitama just happened to be around, and he stopped it like it was nothing. He's like, "What the hell is this?" You know what I mean? Stopped the sword from even moving. And Void was just like, "What the hell is going on?" And then when that happened, what I liked about the chapter too, Saitama threw Void into the ground like a rag doll, like a spike. He went to the ground. Guess what? Blast, Flash, Sonic, they ain't asked no questions. They ain't asked not one question. They got right to work and try to end this dude. They said, whatever happened, good thing it did happen. Let's try to end this guy before he's able to recover. They'll ask those questions later. Okay. Also, Blast fused with Void, and that's how he found out. Like their minds merged for a split second. He wanted to use that attack to end Void. Also, the president of the Heroes Association has some type of agreement with Blast. Also, the guy that's the Neo Hero Association guy, whatever, turns out to be Blast's son. Turned out to be his son. I'm not sure what type of powers he has though. But yeah, so Blast knows that what you call him, what's my man name? Void got into the Church of God because of his sister. Okay, were those Void's memories? Could this be an effect of teleportation? Boom. Void throws a kick. Nice kick too. Boom. Tries to land with the shin to take Blast's head off. Blast puts his arm up, blocks the kick, just enough to keep his head from rolling. Also, Void doesn't look like he's in like monster form. I still think he is a monster, but his form changed. He transformed to something else, something special. Okay, Blast, you bastard. So you knew about the scheme my sister and I had. And what's so surprising about that? Blast is a gangster. He's smart. He knew the whole time. He said, let me go ahead and knock this girl up before she change her mind or she complete her mission. Boy's pissed off. He's like, yo, you just basically led me on. Man, Blast is a genius. He's working with a super genius scientist or whatever too. I don't think they reveal who it is, but we pretty sure it's probably the dude. What's his name? Metal Knight or whatever his name is. Not Metal Knight. What's the other guy's name? Robot, the cyborg, human cyborg. What's his name? Bifong or whatever his name is. The one who builds robots. Okay, your thumbnails always make me think a new Dragon Ball chapter is out. Sorry about that. That's my banner that's on there. Okay, so I'm gonna try to avoid that from now on to keep you from being confused. Okay, somebody says give us a struggle story, man. It's so many I couldn't even think of one. Let me see. A struggle story. A struggle story. I could tell you this. I do deliveries for a living, right? And I have three electric bikes to do deliveries. One of them, the battery broke, so I need a new battery for it. But the battery's kind of expensive. At the time, they were 2,000. Now you can get one for 1,000, right? But that was still too much money for me to get it at that time. My sister, she said she wanted to buy one of the bikes off of me for her son, which is my nephew. She said he absolutely needed it. I pretty much gave her the bike. Sold it to her for hardly any money at all. Because I really just was trying to help my nephew. He needed to get out the house. He needed to get to his friend's house and stuff like that. He lives out in like the suburbs and whatnot. You know what I mean? It makes it hard for him to get around. So I on the lookout. Went ahead, got the bike fixed up. Damn near gave it to my sister. She didn't pay me right away. She did pay me, but not right away. Took a little while. Like over the next couple months, like 4 or 5 months. No, maybe like three months, something like that. Took about 3 months for her to pay me. Here's the problem. I start working, so I only have one bike that works at this point. Man, you know that thing broke like a week later. Like a week. The clutch on the thing broke. And keep in mind, I do that for a living. So I couldn't work. So I tried to go get it fixed, right? Took the little bit of money I had, and I went to the shop. They replaced the clutch. This POS put the wrong clutch in there, and it broke in like 3 days. So I brought it back. I said, yo, this thing broke in 3 days. Something ain't right. He said, oh, it must be the wrong clutch. It must be different. And then I said, well, I do delivery for a living. I need this thing fixed, and I'm not playing. So he puts in another one. It breaks again in like 3 days. I said, oh, no, we can't do this, bro. I had to beg one of my friends to buy a new clutch for me. I went online and looked up the old clutch, right? I didn't have the money to get the right one. So I got one that was the same dimensions, but it was rated for a lower wattage, a lower what's it called? Power of motor, right? The wattage was what is it? Yeah, watts. It was rated for a smaller motor, but it was the same dimensions. So I knew it would fit and it would work better than the ones the other guy put in there, right? And not only that, it came faster. I got that thing in less than a week. Okay, I used it for a little while, but now at this point, I'm back on bills, man. I'm fighting for my freaking life. I'm back on bills. I worked for about a month. That thing breaks down on me. I wound up in the hospital. Remember, I told you I found out I had Graves' disease. I kept passing out and stuff like that. So I get out. Bike's down again. We back at it. You know what I mean? And then I had to get it. Which called Super Savage said he would have cried. Bruh, I did. I couldn't work for a month. It was really about 3 months I couldn't work consistently. So I out of about it was about 4 months in total, I think. I worked for one of those months, but the first month I couldn't work for like 2 weeks. So I was back on bills. The second month I worked, right? But I was still paying off bills that had accumulated. The third month, I didn't work at all because it broke down again. And I wouldn't have had to get another clutch, but I had to get the wrong clutch. I had to put it in it just to get it up and running, just to have something, just to make some type of money. You know what I mean? I had to put something in there. I just threw something in there. Boom. Didn't work. Now, no. It broke again. No. I'm sorry. I'm getting this mixed up. No, I put a new one in there, but it was the same one as the other one that broke. It didn't break. I had them take it out, and I went and bought another clutch that's the right one. It's rated for 1,000-watt motor. You know what I mean? So it's got the right rating and it's the right dimensions. I said, this one should work. I shouldn't have no problems. If it does break, it should be like a year or something like that before it breaks. I should be fine. I tried to replace it, right? My friend said he could do it. Didn't work. Like it hit the throttle and you hear the thing spinning and everything. And the wheel didn't move. I was down to at my wit's end. I ain't have no money. Had to borrow a little bit more money. Please, somebody. I need help. I need to get this thing fixed. Finally was able to get it fixed. Now we up and riding. But I'm still backed up on bills, baby. That was really the struggle. It's been going on for like 4 months. I'm still in it, to be honest. I gotta get another clutch just in case that one breaks down. But I still don't have the money. I was backed up on bills. I had to pay extra bills. I got $600 worth. Sorry about that. I accumulated. What the hell? All these notifications. I accumulated at that time $600 worth of overdraft fees. 600. I was already down anyway. I was already struggling already. It destroyed me, man. But we back now. I'm still behind, but at least I'm catching up little by little. I didn't even have my credit cards because remember I told y'all this girl stole them. I got robbed. So I didn't have the credit cards to use, and they said they won't send me any. They won't like this. I had 2 credit cards. Both companies said we're not sending you those cards. So you pay off some of your debts, and I've only been able to pay the minimum. I've been paying the minimum every month, and all that's doing is going towards what you call them what's it called it's going towards the not the principal, the what's it called how come I can't remember what it's called now? Interest. It's all going to the interest. So basically, I owe this card a certain amount of money. They want me to pay $70 a month, right? That's the minimum. So I've been paying $70 a month for the last like about 8 months. You know, my credit limit's still at about $60, even though I've been paying 70 on it every single month. That's like $600 that they got out of me. And my credit, my line of credit is only at $60. That means he's just taking my money. That's ridiculous. So I had that going on at the same time. The other call, right? I think the minimum I'm paying is like $30, right? Same amount of time. Meaning I've given them about close to $300. I've given them about $300. My line of credit is only at $25. That means that they're just taking interest. And that means that I will be paying it in perpetuity and never catch up. That's what they want. They're taking advantage. It's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. They'll be like, oh no, you gotta pay the interest off first on the whole thing. And until the whole interest is paid off first, no amount of money is going to actually go to the principal. That's crazy. So they just basically stealing from me, both companies. When you're down and you're broke, that's when people start taking advantage and stealing. So I gotta pay off more. I gotta pay one of these cards off. As soon as I get the chance to, I'm doing it just to get it out the way. Then I'm getting more cards. I gotta get at least, I'm gonna say 3 more credit cards. Why? So I can spread the debt out, and that way I'm not getting hit like I am now. You know what I mean? And I can still use them. They won't even send me no cards. So I'm all jacked up, man. All right, let me finish the chapter real quick because I gotta get ready to go to work. Also, I'm gonna get to the comments in a minute. Okay, so anyway, we got Blast going right at Void. Boom! Hit him with a lefty, and he wait, hold on. What the heck is going on? Blast just hit Void with a left hand, right? One of Blast's arms was cut off. Okay. And I don't know why I didn't even look and then think about it. He blocked that attack. They showed Blast with 2 arms. He's able to heal himself some type of way. It's crazy. So I think they said that Blast was able to use his other arm by making a portal from his from the severed part of his arm to the to his nub, and he was able to control it that way. But he actually has it back on, like nothing even happened. This is why Blast is rated number 1. Okay, I can see through lies. I like strong people. Maya did too. See, he told him, he said, your sister liked the D. Your sister wanted to be with somebody from the clan, the D clan. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? That's what he said. He said, you know what I'm talking about? You understand? You understand, man? He said, your nephew's a D clan member too now. That's all there is to it. He said, I still like Maya. He said, I knew that she was on your side. I knew she was snooping. I knew she was cheating, but I still liked her. So, I knocked her up, had a strong kid with her. Okay, petty tricks and conspiracy are trivial matters. He said, man, I ain't worried about that. Y'all can have your little games, man. He said, you get the games, I get the brain. Okay, more importantly, isn't there a pressing reason why you need to shut me up quickly? Okay, so Void starts smirking. He said, indeed, letting you leave here alive is no longer an option. He knows at least a part of God's plan. God's plan. God's plan. He knows at least a part of that. So that's why Void has to stop Blast before he make it back to the homies. And you know what I mean? And they start planning against it. So now Void gets into a stance. It looks like he's getting ready to charge. Now Blast shouldn't be able to do anything. Well, maybe since Blast fused with Void, they may have given him an immunity to Void's his abilities. So now maybe the roles switch back to the way they were before. So Void actually charges at Blast, goes underground. He uses Dig attack. He turned to a Pokemon, used Dig, jumped up out of the ground and started throwing, all kind of hands. Left, right, smacks, open hand, you know what I mean? Forehand, backhand, hit him with the knuckles, everything. Chops, hit him with a hammer fist, hit him everything. You know what I mean? Post ups, spin moves, dunks. You know what I mean? He hit him with the three ball, deep threes, everything. He hit him with everything. Okay. Void had a secret. Okay. What's the secret? What's the secret? At that time, he's doing some type of weird attack. So we got Blast is able to block these attacks, but it's not easy. Now Blast is there by himself, and Void is off in the distance, and we see like what looks like a flame or something like that. It looks like it's hitting Void. I'm assuming that Geno shows up and he's using some type of blast attack, some type of like some type of energy beam or something like that. I can't see who it is. We know Flash and Sonic is there. It could be a Genjutsu. Void, who had absorbed the power that leaked from Garo, regained self-consciousness and made a decision. Wait, then who blasted him? I think what happened is Void was able to unfuse with the monster that was in him some type of way. I think Void became two different people. The old Void and then the monster Void. That's what I think happened. Or they see Void had absorbed the power that leaked from Garo, regained self-consciousness, and made a decision. This panel makes no sense. I don't understand this panel. It could be it could just be Void fighting against himself. That's what I'm assuming. Okay, he would pretend to remain under God's control, defeat the heroes, and use the cube to increase the number of avatars as much as possible. Oh no, this is a flashback. No, it's in black. I'm assuming that Void isn't on God's side. He switched side at some point. Okay, so he switched sides, and God's going to find out now. Maybe. Okay, and in the end, he would exchange his own life to divide all of his power among them. The power that opposes God that he took from Garo. Okay, so he was going after God too. Okay, so once he fused with Garo, he turned on God. So that's what it is. And he was making an army to go after God. Okay, boom, and use them to defeat God. Now we got a picture of God, man. I love seeing God, man. He looks like Freddy Krueger, but I mean, it looks awesome, man. It's a giant version of Freddy Krueger. Okay, that was his plan. It said that was his plan. The plan had changed now. The plane got blown out the water. You know what I mean? Now that Blast fused with him, that plan's out the water. God, I'm assuming God knows about the plan now, some type of way. All right, let me check the comments real quick. Awesome chapter, man. Awesome. I wish that it would have been the other way though. I wish that it would have been a love triangle. I think that would have worked. That would have worked a lot better. You know what I mean? It'd have hit home a lot stronger for me. Okay, Afro says OJ. I don't know. OJ the Juice Man. Okay, I would have cried. I did cry. Who do you think has more muscles? Super Alloy Dog Shine or King of Lighting? Lightning. He's been in the gym, remember? Yeah, King of Lightning said I'm going to the gym and all that. He said that years ago. He should be looking good right now. Okay. So I'm assuming that King of Lightning has more muscles than Super Alloy Darkshine in an actual way, meaning like Super Alloy Darkshine is fake and King of Lightning is real, so he has more muscle. But in a figurative way, Super Alloy Darkshine got way more muscle. He's like like 3 meters tall or something like that. He's freaking huge. He's a unit, man. So yeah, it ain't even close. Okay, don't worry, me. The Trump getting the economy right. He said Trump about to get the economy right. We good. He about to get them food stamps out, player. Okay, and you didn't look for the state assistance, especially if it's medical. And you didn't look. What you mean I didn't look? I did do it, man. I needed the medical, man. I needed the medical. I told you I got a chronic illness that I didn't even know I had it till just recently. You know what I mean? So yeah, I got a chronic illness, so I had to get on that. I don't have that much money. So yeah, I don't know what you mean by I didn't look for the state assistance. Okay, but Trump getting the economy right, I don't know that just yet. We'll see. Trump tariffs are making us implode. If I'm not mistaken, too high of tariffs is going to come down on us. We pay the tariffs. Why? Because when they charge either foreign countries or it could be domestic countries, right? Our country, us. It could be domestic. If they shipping stuff from another country in, they'll have to pay them tariffs too. Everybody's paying the tariffs on the imports, right? If it's coming from another country. Well, how do they make up for that cost? By charging more for the product. So that means that we're going to wind up paying for it. So that's what happened. The citizens are going to wind up paying for this. There should be state assistance that would help you pay bills if you're going through medical stuff. I got the medical. I do have the medical. Got to look on the state or government site. I already got it. But I'm still behind. I'm playing catch up. Okay, the broads won't stop sending mean text messages, all those notifications. It ain't had nothing to do with no broads. Hold on, let me look. Where my phone at? I guarantee you ain't that. I'm not gonna show you what it is, but let me see. Okay, it's what you call them. I got a bunch of AliExpress notifications. I got a bunch of them. Then I got Reddit. Then I got a couple emails. And that's it. Oh, and Facebook. Those that's what it was. It was those. It was Facebook, AliExpress, and some emails. As far as text messages, I ain't got no. I got one from my sister. That's it. There ain't no girls texting me, man. Too ugly for all that. If I was attractive, man, they would be texting. Okay, let's see. No Savage, stuff prices is actually coming down. Hmm. They should go up if they're getting if there's tariffs. It may be some products that don't have tariffs on them that is going down. There's no way you're going to charge more for a product. I mean, there's no way that the cost of the product is going to cost more, and then the amount you charge the customer won't be more. You understand? Me ain't got too many girls lined up. Me ain't even got one. Meaning I ain't even got one, man. What you talking about? I ain't got half a girl. I don't even have a prosthetic. I ain't even got part of a girl. You know what I mean? I ain't even got that. I ain't even got a fleshlight and nothing. Okay, damn me. What bank you with? That ain't no bank hitting me up, man. Oh yeah, the bank. Yeah, Wells Fargo. You talking about all them overdraft fees? I was like, wow, y'all really gonna keep hitting me like this? They hit me in ways like where let's say I would get two charges, right? One charge ain't gonna overdraft me. The other charge will. They'll hit me with that one first, then hit me with the other one, and then say you got two overdrafts. Now you gotta pay $70. They did that a couple times. I'm like, yo, if y'all would have charged the smaller one first, I would have only gotten one overdraft. Y'all did that on purpose, man. I'm like $600 in the last couple months, man. That's ridiculous. But I couldn't pay it, and I had to put stuff in my account in order to pay bills and all that. So I just had to keep getting hit. It's worse that you get hit with those types of charges when you can ill afford them. When you can afford them, it don't happen. When you can't afford them, that's when it happens. What girl stole from me? It was somebody I didn't know. So it was some lady. She was laying on the ground. She had a few dogs with her, about four of them. And my friend, right? We come in my crib. He said, man, that girl been out there all day, man. I feel so sorry for her, right? He said, I would let her crash at my crib just for the night, because she was talking about how they were doing repairs at her apartment, and she's on the streets just for next day or so, whatever. I was like, that don't sound right. I was like, they ain't put you in a hotel or something like that. I said, where you from? She said, Philly. That really didn't make sense to me. I said, you from Philly, but yet you on the ground, but you got a place to live. I said, man, that didn't make no sense. I was like, you ain't got a family member or something. If you from Philly, you ain't got a family member or friends. Nobody gonna let you stay at their crib just for a couple of days. And she said a pipe burst. So if a pipe burst, you ain't got nobody to go to just for a night or two. And me and my friend, we come in here, we start watching TV. I'm on the computer, whatever, blah blah. Later on, what happens? I brought her some cookies from the job, and I gave her some water and stuff like that. Stuff like that. Gave her something to eat, and then my friend was like, "Yo, man, I keep thinking about that lady, man. She out there all alone and yada yada." And I said, all right, you know what? I'll let her stay at my crib. He said that his girl was staying at his crib, so he couldn't let her stay over there. So I said, but what happens if she tries to like delete us? He said, then we're gonna delete her. I said, damn, that makes sense. It made sense when he said it at the time, right? So let her stay over. He slept over here, she slept over there. Yeah, over there. Anyway, I wake up. He leaves, right? My friend leaves. He said nothing happens. He told you. He leaves. She's leaving. I walk out. I go take a shower. While I'm in the shower, I'm getting notifications. It said that somebody tried to use my credit card. I was like, I didn't try to use my card. I come out and This is my wallet. This strap was taken off and put back on the wrong way. It seemed like she didn't know how to take the cards out, right? So boom, it's a button on it. You just hit that and it comes up. It seemed like she was struggling to get that to get the cards out, but she finally found out how to do it. I mean, took the cards out. She had two cards on her, and one of the cards she was using was still in there. She had took a picture of it or something. I was like, wow. I was like, I helped this lady, you know what I mean? And she did this and she thought it was funny too. I caught up with her too. And they told me, they said, yo, you can press charges, you want to press charge. And I was like, yeah, I do. And then she said, they said, but look, if you do, she ain't gonna be in there for but like a couple days or something like that. She's just gonna get out and you ain't gonna get no money, you ain't gonna get she's gonna be in there for a couple days and you gotta go to court and all that. And I said, you know what? Good point. I said, I ain't pressing no charges. She wasn't able to get any money because I ain't had no money on it, but I got paid the next day. Had it happened the next day, she would have cleaned me out. I mean, I would have been real, I'd have been hurt. I'm glad that it happened right then. If it would have happened the next day, man, I would have been hurt. Okay, the interest rate coming down too. Good. Trump getting in the right interest rates coming down. Okay, Trump is getting it right. Okay. Me, me, we got to come together and help you out. We love you, man, and this struggle won't last. I got to help me out. I got to start pumping out more content consistently. And you already seen I already started. I've been more consistent in the last week than I have in the last 3 months. And we're gonna keep it this way too. Okay, stock market been getting obliterated because of the terrorists. If he keeps it up, the big companies are going to start firing more people like crazy because they aren't going to have as much money coming in. Yeah, that's always going to happen. It's going to happen to the point where most companies are going to be operating with a skeleton crew. Why? Because it's the biggest cost to a company is paying the workers, and they want to just get rid of that. They want to have robots in there. And now I know what y'all saying, but if you get rid of all the people, who gonna buy your products? At a certain point, it's not going to matter. They're just gonna have robots make the products that they want, and that's it. You know what I mean? Look, I'm doing business so that way I can get stuff. I'm selling to you so I can make money so I can buy the stuff I want. Now, if I get rid of the workers and it's just all robots, then me and the other business owners, we're just going to trade amongst each other. And then the people that can't get what they need, they just perish. They're not going to care. You're just going to be in the streets like a dog, starving till you just pass away. You know what I mean? They're just going to be like, okay, I want a TV. The guy who got a robot that produces TVs, I'm a trade. It's going to become barter. It's going to go to a bartering system. My robots produces socks. I'm going to sell some socks to them. It's just going to be amongst each other. That's what eventually it'll happen. That's what eventually will happen. Okay, let's see. That's not the truth. That's not true, Savage. I guess they're having a disagreement. They're fighting in the comment section. Market definitely getting obliterated, player. Okay, that's the market, but it's not affecting nothing. If you don't think the market affects things, man, it might not have an immediate effect, like you don't feel it immediately right now, but it's going to have an effect over the long run. Okay, see, look, Super Savage said it will in time. Jobs are going to be hiring more, prices going down, energy going down, interest rates going down. He said, I love Trump and Trump loves me. Okay, don't look into the market. Don't look into the market drops too much. It's just reaching, it's just reacting to the tariffs. But what goes down must. What you call them? That's uh yeah, I mean, just being honest has a point. Something can affect the market for like a day, 2 days, a week, you know what I mean? And once everything comes out in the wash, meaning like later on, the effect might not be that great. That could be the case. You know what I mean? Because it could regulate. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find where I left off. Okay, trust me. Well, no, that ain't where I'm at. Inflation is going down. Trump administration is golden. My last name is Golden, man. Okay, no Savage. Stop listening to the liberal media. They're lying. I don't care with no liberals or conservatives. He said, I don't care about no liberals or conservatives, just being honest. None of them care about us. I'm with Savage on that. Okay. Low interest rates is a great thing for everyone. That's how you get to buy a house in the future or create a business and get loans. Absolutely. You start building your credit up and stuff like that. I need that. I need it. You know, I'm getting destroyed with this interest right now. So I need that to come down. And then you could use your credit to buy things that you need. You know what I mean? Or buy capital. That's what I want to do. Buy capital, buy investments and stuff like that. Okay, Savage, you're right, but I'm telling you, the policies of Trump administration is helping everyone. It's helping us. He said Trump is our Lord and Savior, man. You planning on getting back into Kaiju number 8? Yes, yes. I'm definitely. I already got it loaded up. I'm getting ready to start getting caught up. Cole has more forearm muscles from beating that ham. Yeah, Cole does have more forearm muscles than Quagmire. Okay, Darren the Awesome is the most awesome person on the planet. Just showing the love and support. No more struggle. Darren the Awesome sent $2. Said, "I'm out to struggle." You got a point. I'm out to struggle for the day. I'll be back in it tomorrow. But no, I really appreciate what you sent. It's just funny with the message you sent. But I really appreciate it. Trust me, I really do. I appreciate whatever goes. If it's a penny, man, I appreciate it. Okay, just being honest says no mean American made products will be lower. No. Why would American products be lower? It wouldn't be lower. When they charge tariffs, it's not to make the American products lower. What it does is it could actually make it higher. You know what I mean? Like, let's say they stop really making stuff overseas, then they make it here in America, it's gonna go up. But what it's trying to do is trying to make the foreign products go higher. Not make not the domestic products lower. It's making the foreign products higher. That's the point, is to make those higher. So we start purchasing more domestic products. That don't mean they're going to get lower. It might be lower than foreign products, but it's not actually going to get lower. Okay, if we get smarter with buying, he said, if we get smarter with buying, this what Trump wants our American made products. This what Trump wants. Our American made products is going to be cheaper. That would should be buying more of. That's how he wrote it there. When you say cheaper, meaning cheaper than the foreign products, they're not actually going to be cheaper than what they were before. They actually might get more expensive. Okay, if the products you're consuming are produced locally, you don't have to worry about tariffs. True. Yes, potato, thank you. The cost of both parties' solutions will get passed on to the consumers in some way. Potato is absolutely right. Tariffs get passed on to the consumers, and so does increasing taxations on corporations. Yes, the corporation gonna be like, "Oh, we gotta pay more taxes. Y'all gotta pay more taxes. You pieces of garbage." That's what happens. If people get smarter and before going out shopping, look up the American companies of the items that they want, everything will be cheaper. You mean like if they could sell more products? Them companies are small, man. They might not be able to grow like that. I guess if they're bigger, they can charge smaller. If the bigger the company, the smaller the price can be. Why? Because the people at the top, they don't have to rely on, let's say, one store to fund their lifestyle. You know what I mean? Instead of taking, let's say 50% of the profits, to fund the owner's lifestyle, they can take just 1% from 100 companies, and you'll get the same lifestyle. You know what I mean? So it divides that pie up a little bit more, so that way you could pass the saving on to the customers. Okay, these other countries we tariff aren't just going to take it though. They are putting tariffs on us too as retaliation. Canada already came out and said it. What you call them? I think Russia said it too. And China, they said we ready to go into a tariff war, a trade war, and they said, or whatever kind of war you want to get into. Y'all didn't hear about that? China said we ready for whatever war you want. I was like, whoa. He said, play with me, Trump. I'm ready for whatever you can dish out. Okay, Savage. No country can win a tariff war with us because we spend the most money. Everyone wants their items in the States. Check this out. It's not about winning. He's saying that it's going to cost the consumers the tariff wars, and it will. You know what I mean? Whether we win, lose, draw, whatever. Never fall for the news, no matter what. The tariff they put on us, we take more of their items than they take ours. So we'll always win and get the most money. And look, it's going to cost the consumers though. It's going to cost the consumers. Okay, just being honest. We always have. Oh, I thought you meant just being honest. He's talking about just being honest, the guy. Okay, we also have the most debt too. We can't pay our debts without inflation and printing money to pay temporarily. We aren't making enough money, but we spend too much. Savage is right. Okay, Democratic policies. Potato Power says, I hate Democrats and I want them out of office immediately. I want them out the country. We have to print money to pay our increase in debt, and that causes more inflation. Who would have thought that we would have politics all in the comment section? Okay, we screwed. Super Savage said we're screwed. Okay, good. I don't know about screwed, but we're gonna get hit. Trust me. That's why Doge. They cutting government waste and lower spending. Okay, just being honest says that Elon Musk is going to save America. Trust me, Trump and Musk's administration is doing great work. Don't listen to liberal media. If you want the updates, always check out Fox News. Instagram and everywhere else is going to lie. They're evil, ruthless, cutthroat leftists. Okay, just being honest also says, I'm invested because I own a small business and taxes and interest rates are lowering, and I'm happy with what's going on. JBH. He said, yo, I'm benefiting from this, man. Y'all better leave my man alone. Of course you happy if you benefiting from it. Damn right. We love you, man. I love y'all too. Y'all don't even know. I do love y'all. Seriously. Seriously. I was talking to Larry the other day, and I was like, man, I got some people just supporting, man. Seriously. And I can't let them down no further. I sent y'all that message. I can't let y'all down, man. Okay, so do the ladies. The ladies do not love me, man. They hate me. Call yourself LL Mean like LL Cool J. No. Okay, Trump made politics fun. Just being honest, is true that he did make it fun. It is exciting, but it could be dangerous as well. Okay, Fox News is biased too, player. Savage is 100% right. Fox News is biased. All of them is biased. But anyway, go ahead, leave your comments, like the video, and subscribe because I can't eat. I'm broke, and you got the power to change that. Peace.